people, how you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of NextLevelGuitar.com. Hope all's going well. Hope your guitar journeys are going famously. And today I have a lead guitar lesson for you, how we are going to create kind of like an endless, amount of licks that you can come up with using a cool little device using hammer-ons and pull-offs as we descend down a scale. This is something that could be used over any scale in any key. It works really well with 3 notes per string, diatonic scales. And it's something that if you can add it to your lead guitar arsenal, put your own spin on it, and the licks will just start flowing. Before we get rocking on the technique, if you got a second, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel, that really helps us to keep bringing the content, as well as you'll be alerted when we have a new video lesson up. Leave a comment below. Let us know how you like this lesson. Let us know what lessons you'd like to see in the future, what gear you'd like to see reviewed. Leave a comment below, and hey, share the video, and if you like it, please click the like button, give it a thumbs up, and we so appreciate that. So for this lesson, we'll be in the key of D minor, and later in the lesson at the end, I will apply these techniques over a jam track so you can hear how it sounds in a musical application. And the jam track I'm jamming over, remember, it's always so critical. Know the chords you're playing over. The key is only a part of it. You got to know the chords. And I'm just playing over a simple, it's basically a D minor to B flat change. And then the last one is D minor to C. And for this lesson, I'll have the delay off the guitar and also the gain turned down for instructional purposes. So I'm going to show you this using D natural minor scales. This device works great with 3 notes per string. So any 3 note per string scale you could use it with. I'll just demonstrate it with natural minor, and I'll show you it in a couple positions. We'll use the D natural minor scale here off of the 5th fret on the A string, and that scale is this. And then also off of the low E string root, the D note is on the 10th fret, low E string. That scale looks like this. Now, a couple things about this device is it sounds really, really good if you do it like at the end of the progression on the last chord, right before it turns back around to the first chord in the progression. You'll hear that. Sounds the best. You could use it at any time, of course, and it sounds really great when you're descending it too. So basically, let's take this up here at the 10th fret. Let's take the top 3 strings of that scale. Here's the device. I think the lick I play at the end is something like this. Okay, so I'm descending down the scale, but it's not a straight descend. I'm not doing... Because you don't want to play your scales straight up and straight down. It'll sound too stiff. This is a great device where you can just stay in one position and really milk these hammer-ons and pull-offs. So on the root note, that's the crux of it. So what I'm doing, so I'm descending down the scale. So basically, if I give you the frets, 13, 12, 10, but when you get to that first finger, you do a hammer and pull off. So I'm hammering from 10 to 12, pulling up to 12. Okay, and then you backtrack on the scale. So I go up to the B string 13th fret, but then back to the 12th fret, to the 10th fret of the high E. And then you do the same kind of thing on the next string. So it's kind of like you're repeating it, but it's on different notes, different intervals, different strings. So it's 13, 11, 10. But when you get to 10, just pick it once and then do a hammer 11 and pull off to 10. Here it is slow so far. And again, you got to backtrack, so you go up to that G string 12th fret, but backtrack back to the B string 10th fret. And then again, now I'm on the G string and I'll do that same device. 12, 10, 9, and when you get to 9, hammer, pull. Hammer 10, pull 9. I even sometimes hold these out. More drama. And then I just go 10, 12 on the D string. You just want to resolve it back to your root note. Here's the whole lick slow. doing that right down the scale. You could take it as far or a little fragment of it or as piece as you want, but that whole thing, you could even move it down this way. And end in this other position, which I'll show you in a second. But the main thing I want you to get out of this is that how we're descending down the scale using hammer-ons and pull-offs, doing the same kind of device string by string. And you could hold them out, or you could even trill them. I like that a lot too. There's so many different ways to put a little twist, a little variance. And that's what you want to do. Make these your own. Put your own spin on them, right? You could do these melt these half-step bends, which are very melodic. That lick would look like this. Right, and those are nice because you could do those bends. One finger, you could bend and release. Keep bending and releasing. We're milking every note for all that it's worth, and emotion, and getting that emotion and drama into our playing. The other thing I do a lot is I rake into the first one. So what I did there, I'm raking, barring my first finger on the top 3 strings, and I'm playing into that 9th, that E note at the 12th fret. Then starting the lick. And if you'd like to see these scales diagrammed out on paper, sometimes it's nice to make that connection. You see it on paper, you see it in the video, you hear it, right? You have that 3-prong approach. No problem, I can help you with that. I'll send you my Killer Blues Rock Soloing ebook. It's a killer free resource. Really help you along in your guitar journey. It's packed with scale diagrams, soloing strategies, lessons. Click on that link below. I'll send you that free ebook, as well as I'll pair it with a video lesson on some really simple things you could do with your lead guitar playing to really dress them up. Free video lesson, free ebook. Just click on that link below from Next Level Guitar. Let's do the same thing on this other scale shape here off the D note, 5th fret, A string. Top 3 strings again are this. There's our D note. Always want to know where those roots are. So that would look like this. Right? It has that similar sound because we're descending. Now last, when we get to the last note on that with our first finger, we're not picking this one, we're hammer and pulling. Then we're going to the next note of the scale, backtracking, same thing. We're ending in our root note. What I did there is I added some pinches. You use downstrokes and add some pinch harmonics. That's always kind of nice. Right? Again, you could trills, half-step bend. There I did the bend, release, trill. Notice too, sometimes I'll go to the note, to the root note off of the 5th fret G string. Sometimes I'll slide because sometimes I'll hammer. All different sounds, and that's what's going to give your lead playing these contours and character, right? You mix up the timing of the lick, you mix up the techniques, the bends, the slides, the hammer-ons, the pull-offs, and you get all these different sounds, which makes your lead playing interesting to the listener, as well as fun for yourself. You rake into that, hold it. Try it with other scales too, not just the 2 I showed you. Again, works great with any 3-note per string scale, and especially try it, you'll hear me doing this over the jam at the end, where you're putting that descending run right at the end of the progression, right before it turns back around. I'd like to talk a little bit about the gear I use in each lesson. For this lesson, I'm using a Universum Mariana model. This is a Mariana private reserve model guitar. It's made by a company called Universum. They make awesome looking and playing and sounding guitars. They're handcrafted in the Ukraine, and they're doing some really creative things and innovative things with their guitar designing and building. It's just not the same old Strat copies and Les Paul copies. You should check them out. Their guitars are really special, so check them out online. Tell them David from Next Level Guitar said hi. And I have the guitar plugged straight into the front of a Paul Reed Smith MT15 tube amp. It has the big 6L6 tubes in it. And I'm on the lead channel. The gain's about 60% up. And all I have as far as effects is in the effects loop, I have a Keeley Caverns pedal. I'm just using a splash of reverb and delay. Thank you so much for watching this video lesson. Please feel free to email us any questions. Remember, subscribe to the channel. We'll let you know when our next lesson comes out. That really helps us to keep bringing the content. Don't forget to click on that link below, get your free video lesson and ebook. It's a killer resource. It'll help you throughout your guitar journey. Stay tuned. We got tons more killer lessons and content coming. I so appreciate your support over the years and years we've been doing this. Thank you so much. Keep putting those guitars in your hands. Have fun with them, right? And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution.